Today talk about linked list and just a side thing that was side quest that we actually do. I want to actually re-establish terms that we're gonna use. I think use Dota terms to make it simple. So last time we used spells. I think this time around we want to use heroes. So the heroes that we use is linked list, and the hero to actually argue back for this obvious brute force. And for conditions, there's always the um, after, and then we have the before conditions. So for because we're very, it's like not saying we are new or old towards this topic, but still kind of uncomfortable. So it's always best to actually do a play up series to actually draw inspiration from. So they say this is simple. So without further ado, just get into it. So actually I do have a main concern, which is saying this item over here. Very annoying. So in ops Z, I'll say that why can't I just start off the output and then straight away jump into my coding of the counterparts? Like, why can't I do this? Why are you telling me that in ops X that you have to actually like, what are you trying to tell me? You can't straight away go to one, that you need to start off with dummy? Are you saying that every single actually moment counts? Maybe say for what I imagine them to actually argue with me is that this that maybe here it's like moment A, like moment A per se. At moment A, you establish your two pointers to be pointing over here and here, and that because in your system this is like going on real time basis, right? So this whole bracket thing, it's on real time, that you got to do stuff right over here, and that you can't send nothing to your system at this moment. So therefore you create a dummy node to say that our output is not currently empty, although we are establishing our this pointer to create time for ourselves. We create a dummy node to create space for us, to create time for opportunity for us to establish. So to me, that may be the theoretical reasons why this operation X is required as opposed to operation Z. You can straight away start operation Z because at phase A per se is that you are establishing one. You can't establish one and then output a value at the same time, because you need to do a comparison before you send to the system per se, and you can't do everything within in phase A per se. You need to be able to actually go to phase B, phase A, go to compare, phase B, output the value from the comparison. You can't do both at phase A where you compare and you output. That's why for this case, what you actually do is in ops X, that you compare. Sure, you compare, but we're going to create a domino node for the time being to set up for our phase B whereby we finally compare finish already and then we output a value. That's my take. Okay. So with that, we moved. So like basically L1 and L2 is basically all the in arrays of things. So without further ado, let's go. So okay, so start off. We have the output per se, and then phase A, count the dummy node, do the comparison, fine. Phase B, compare the ones, find the lowest value. Either is fine. So say we pick the L1 per se, come over to here, fine. Phase C, which one is lower? One is lower, pick the one, come to here, phase D, pick the 2, cause 2 is lower, phase E, pick the 3, cause 3 is lower, phase F, pick either one, pick the last one, phase G. Now the thing is this, one of these is empty, and then the other is maybe the last one is over here, and then we pick the 4. Done. But what if like this in array is longer than this 4? It has like a 5 and then a 6. Just pick this in array, go to this in array, and it will just finish up the whole thing per se. That's what they claim, and they have it. This is the very much the playout series per se. What have I learned? Right. In my book, I just feel that you can pretty much link 2 arrays together. So that's my opinion. So for here, you can link 2 arrays together per se. So this and this, you can link them together, 2 groups of like items. If say you got 2 arrays and you want to actually smartly move between these 2 arrays, So it's also talking about a bit of like a smart maneuver um, with two in arrays. Like in previous episodes, when we actually talk about being actually smart, is having say like we have like a conditions set that say that, oh, what is the rule for us to actually do. So for this case, we want the small value, which is always see which one is the small value, go to the small value, start maneuvering around. And for the hero linked list, over here during the output system, I feel like whatever they're doing here, it's the spell that the linked list is casting in my book, because I mean hero has their spells, right? So one of the spell is actually action verb per se, where it's sort of like link this. I feel like it's link this is casting a lot of this action verb per se to actually link everything all together. That's my opinions. Um, yeah, I mean, in the overall grand scheme of things, I think it's doing this per se. Um, of course, you can actually use the brute force to actually argue with linked list. Like you use brute force to actually argue with this hero. What you will say that is that, okay, yeah, sure, I have these two um, arrays right now. Can I just you know I just feel that you can't argue with a hero. Like I just feel that in this case, uh, when in this context, when you are actually trying to talk about brute force against like a hero, like a hero with an ulti, I just feel that this one has like a hero with items, and this hero um I I just feel that this hero, he has like a uh, full equipment, but brute force is like a hero with no spells being casted. It's just like plain basic stuff. That's how I see it. And the main difference is that one is able to actually smartly maneuver, where it actually moves based on condition set, while the other is only can go one by one by one by one by one. And it also actually just defeat the whole purpose, because in the rulebook, when you actually come into the Leetcode questions, you go to this Dota map per se, is that they're saying that, okay, you have to follow this objective, you know, you need to follow this rule. You only can walk this way, you only can go walk to meets, you only can walk, you have this rule for you to actually follow, that you need to go from lowest to highest. You can't just go anywhere you want. So there's a rule book that say I only want starting with lowest value per se. And for this case, uh, it is doing that job, right? Yeah, I mean that is the part where I actually will actually how I will argue between the brute force and the linked list, in my opinions. And yep, that's it. Everything comes to an end.